Okay, today is January the 22nd, 2020, and it's been a while since we've done a video, but last few days we've had very heavy aerosol spraying in the skies. All of us living here in Southern California and Central California and Northern California have seen this going on for the past week, and now here in Southern California, for the entire month of January so far, we've had only 0.15 inches. That's just a hair over 1/8. 1/8 is 0.125. So for the entire month of January, the dead of winter, we've had 0.125 inches. So the spigot is off. The weather controllers are not allowing it to rain. Over the past several days, this flow pattern was moving right into California. Very, very heavy moisture flow moving into California. That's been redirected. We can see high pressure installed here in this area. This is a satellite generated high pressure area. Up here we have a 953 millibar gale force weather system, which is inching its way towards the Canadian coast. This is being pushed to the east-northeast. We can take a look quickly here at the Ocean Prediction Center surface analysis map here, which shows this system here, which is scheduled to move to the east-northeast. We've got high pressure installed down here off of California, which is redirecting a lot of the stormy weather, but the moisture that is flowing in from the tropics has been completely sprayed over with these heavy chemtrail aerosols, which once again, those aerosols are capping the atmosphere. They are a desiccant. They contain aluminum nanoparticulate, and the aluminum is a desiccant, and that absorbs water vapor. And of course, these jets, specially equipped jets, they spray the aerosols high above the weather, and that caps the atmosphere so that the precipitation process will not occur. So once again, we see the pattern over and over and over. These aerosols are not sprayed to provide for any special communications by the military or anything else, nor are they used to manage solar radiation. That is a false claim. It is fraudulent, and it is a distraction. We know from the many, many videos made on this channel, we know that those aerosols are sprayed at specific times. And once again, we have flow pattern moving in. We have a moisture flow moving in. And looking here at the the western U.S. water vapor loop, we see that that flow pattern. Let's get zoomed in here. So we can see that flow pattern moving in, and also here on the rainbow loop, we can see right over the Southern California area. As a matter of fact, we see that flow pattern right there just drying up. Watch this. This entire thing is hit. We can see the, let's go ahead and stop the, right here we see it hit right there. There's a circular path area where the transmitter hits. Boom, right there. And this entire area is literally imploded. So these satellite transmitters target the moisture field, and we see a rapid evaporation pattern. Right there is the circular evaporation pattern. As we scroll through the sequence, we see the blast pattern right here on the west side. That's the superheated air, rapidly expanding superheated air, which is causing this icicle pattern. So let's go ahead and move to the next frame. We see a disorganization, a lot of evaporation beginning to occur. And as we scroll to the next frame, we see more evaporation, and pretty soon this entire moisture field is just erased off the map. LA is right here, Los Angeles. We have the Salton Sea right here. This entire area should have gotten precipitation from that moisture field moving over. Now we know that the mainstream media is covering up. They will not report what's going on to the people. Look at that. None of this is being reported. The mainstream media is covering it up. The stupid politicians out there are technically inept. They don't know what's going on. And so this is what we have. We have a gambling operation going on right under our noses. Weather derivatives, catastrophic bonds, all this sort of thing should be completely unplugged. None of this should be allowed. This is not being shown on the mainstream media. We see a big angle right there. This frontal system and the vortex are being separated. We see that happening right there. This is a big storm right off the tip of the Aleutian Islands, which is shown here on the surface analysis map right here. This is a 958 millibar storm moving eastbound. You got the Aleutian Islands right here. So once again, there's been no rain, really nothing in January. No rain, nothing on the 10-day forecast either. All this moisture here should have been bringing rain. All this moisture the past week should have been delivering rain to the southwest as well. And once again, we see the map here for the southwest. Look at that. This should have brought probably an inch of rain to Southern California, and they hit that with a satellite transmitter. Notice the diameter. The diameter of that circle right there. We have the Palos Verdes Peninsula right there. This is a big part of LA County right there, that huge hole. And of course, this causes wind in the upper atmosphere, this activity. We can see the blast patterns, and it just disappears. Nobody's connecting the dots here. We have a ground-based network of microwave transmitters. We have a satellite network of transmitters, microwave or laser, that are effectively preventing precipitation in certain areas. Meanwhile, the idiots in the California legislature have passed new laws as of January 1st, 2020, which will begin the phase-in of regulations of water. They're going to try to, these idiots running our state are going to try to limit water usage to approximately 55 gallons per person. These kind of laws are just idiotic. How is that going to be managed without putting a water meter on each person and completely having to basically rewire, for lack of a better term, or replumb each home, and figure out how many people are in the house and figure out how much water is being used and break it down in gallons. Right now, I believe it's an acre feet or not acre feet, but HC. I forget the term they use on the bill. It's HCM or something. So that whole thing will have to be reorganized. But these Democrats that are running our state are lunatics. We're seeing that on a national level with people like Adam Schiff, these crazy people, Nancy Pelosi. I could go on for an hour. I'm just really sick of what we're seeing going on. The corruption, the just unbelievable collusion by the media. The mainstream media should be taken off the air. Their broadcast licenses should be taken off the air. Not only are they trying to frame a president for something he didn't do, but we see here, none of this is being broadcast. The mainstream media is not showing us that information there. Look at this. Gee, that should have brought up an inch of rain to Southern California. What happened to that? Why aren't the people on TV talking about this? Why aren't they talking about the timing of the aerosol spraying with incoming moisture fields? Why is none of this being talked about? Why not? What's the answer? Well, the answer is pretty easy, because a gambling operation is going on. We have weather derivatives being dealt in the financial sector, and that needs to be taken apart. And, I don't know what people are waiting for. What's the administration waiting for? What's going on here? I know it's a big job tracking all these people down. Maybe that's what's going on. But we need to have some kind of a signal that this is not going to continue. This is not climate change, folks. This is climate control, pure and simple. And all these idiotic, these stupid actors like Jane Fonda. We got, DiCaprio. It's just a long list of incompetent, inept people, uninformed people that don't know what's going on. And we're showing you the satellite maps here daily. Well, not daily, but pretty often. There's over 900 videos on this channel, And still, we see the aerosols are being sprayed. It's probably a United Nations funded and managed project because of the costs. You know, the fuel bills, the hourly rate for these planes is very, very high to spray these chemicals in the air to manage weather, to control weather, to manage and implement regulations on unsuspecting public, residents, homeowners. All of this has to stop. You know, food prices, water availability, all that's being controlled by these idiots, these goons controlling our weather. And of course, the mainstream media, just like the fake impeachment, this railroad job going on, it's all being steered by the mainstream media. The narrative is being steered by the mainstream media. So they've abused their privilege. It is a privilege to broadcast over the airways in this country. You have to have a license and all that. And they've abused their privilege to disseminate information to the public. And so for that, their licenses should be pulled. Okay, that's all I have to say. That's it.